Hello, welcome to the Richardson Simple Living. My name's Maria. If you're new here, I vlog home life things, mainly homeschooling, a little bit of urban homesteading and cooking. And today that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be making Cornish pasties in the air fryer. Now, I would hasten to say that at the moment I'm doing a Vlogtober challenge, 31 days of little vlogs. So it's part of that 31 days of Vlogtober as well. But we would normally be doing our air frying on a Friday, so that's why we've continued doing that. So yes, we're going to be doing Cornish pasties today. Now, I've prepped a lot of it beforehand because my husband's been peeling them for me and chopping everything up, and it's taken him a couple of hours. So I thought, well, I can't film all that and be there all day. So I've already done it, but I'll go through with you what I've got. And I'll just bring you down a little bit. So I've popped it all into a bowl. So what we've got is skirt of beef, swede, potato, if I go back a bit, I wonder if you can see me, and onion. And I've seasoned it with some salt and pepper and mixed it all up. So that's all ready now to fill the Cornish pasties. So I've already made pastry as well. I've made short crust pastry, get my teeth around that. So I'm going to get one from behind, which I've got on the plate. I batch make all my pastry, as I've probably told you before anyway. So I did a big batch of it yesterday. I've left two resting in the fridge, and we can use it today. So what I'm going to do is a bit harder. I've left it out, but my fridge seems to get a bit hard. It's in the bag. But seems to freeze things sometimes, I think. So I'm going to roll the pastry out first of all. I don't want to do it too thin if I can help it, because I want to try and pack the pasty as full as I dare without it falling to pieces. So if my pastry is too thin, it's likely to fall to pieces quite quickly. Now, the idea I like about a Cornish pasty is apparently, obviously they originate from Cornwall, but apparently what they used to do is take them down the mines, and they'd have like the meat and veggie bits in one half, and the other half had a fruit bit in. So it was like having a dinner and a dessert all in one pasta. And I thought, oh, that's a really good idea. And I was tempted to try that, but then I thought, no, let's just concentrate on doing the actual meat and veg pasty. So I thought that was quite interesting. So yeah, bring it down again. I think I've got it quite, I daren't do it anymore, put it that way. So I'm going to use a plate. I've got no fancy cutters or nothing. I'm going to go around it, and I've actually put my board underneath today because, you know, I've been doing it on the surface of my unit and I've been marking it. So I'm doing it this way. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to do two to go into the air fryer. I've never done them before in the air fryer at all. So this is a first. I've used the biggest plate I dare because I want to put two side by side. And if I make them any bigger, I'm not going to get them in there. And they do need room around them for the air to circulate. So, having done that, I'm going to try and pile it up. Well, I want to pile it up, but not over pile it. I'll tell you what I've done as well. Before we added the meat to the vegetable mix, I took some vegetable mix out because I thought that I might try and do a vegetarian one as well. So leave the meat out and just do the veg mix for my daughter Lisa because she's vegetarian. So I thought I'll give it a whirl. I don't know, you get vegetable pasties, obviously. Well, I don't know if mine's a Cornish pasty, but that's what they call it. So I thought we'll give it a whirl anyway and we'll see. So I'll bring you back down. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a slice of butter on here because this is all raw. I've not pre-cooked any of it because hopefully the juices from the meat topped with a little bit of butter should cook it through anyway, and it's going on a longish cook for about an hour, even in the air fryer. So we'll see what happens. So my butter, I only just remembered to take it out of the fridge, and you all know what butter's like. Out of the fridge, and mind in it. So I'll probably have to try and cut a slither, and hopefully I can. I felt like I was a child, like when we were children. I just put it by the fire. My daughter's doing a homeschooling, she's doing some history, and she's got the fire going, and she's got the table next to it. So I perched it on the table to try and warm it up a bit. It reminded me when we were children, and you'd put the butter dish next to the fire to try and melt it a bit. So I'm just going to take a little bit of a slither, perhaps just chop it up a bit so I can put one each end and one in the middle. Might seem a lot, I'm not really sure how much to put in really. I've beaten an egg because I'm going to just go around the edge of the sides, so I can seal it round, because egg seems quite sticky. You get it on your hands and it's sticky, so it should act like a good glue, and I want it to stick well. So we'll take it over. Oh, can you see all right? I'm not sure how well you can see. Time to, I can get the edges, make sure everything's poked in. Nothing sticking out. Seem to have split through a bit there. That's what I didn't want happening. That's why I wanted to do them quite thick. I wonder if I could just put another little bit on there. Just stick it on. This is why you need a thicker pastry, really. Now, hopefully that'll do. So, try and turn the edges over a bit if I can. Try and crimp them a bit. I'm no good at crimping. Normally I just try and stick and hope for the best. But I'm just a bit worried about things coming out. The best I can do, I think. We'll just glaze it. Actually, we'll poke a couple of holes in it, and we'll glaze it. So I'm going to do 2 of these in the air fryer, and they are going to be in there for quite a while because of the meat cooking and the vegetables. So I'm going to do another one of those, and I'll come back to you when I've done the other one, and then we'll go and put it into the air fryer. So pasties are done. They're in the basin of the air fryer. I'll show you. Now I've got like an inner basin. I've left that in because it lifts it a bit, and I want the air to circulate underneath it to cook the pastry from underneath. So I've left that in and I've sat it on there. Like I suspected, I'd only get 2 in there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start them off for 15 minutes on 200 degrees. And then I'm going to drop it down for 45 minutes to 150 degrees. So we're going to give them a quick blast to start with. And then we're going to turn it down. So we'll pop it in. Can you see okay? Switch it on. We're going to put it onto air fry. I'm going to leave it on the 200 degrees, and I'm going to drop it down to 15 minutes. After watch, I don't press further this way because it knocks one of the other buttons. I have to start again then. So 15 minutes, 200 degrees, air fry, away we go. So we'll come back to that in 15 minutes and see how it's doing. But then I'm going to knock the temperature down and we're going to cook it for a lot longer because we need to allow time for all of the vegetables and the meat to cook properly. So I'll see you in 15 minutes. Okay, so that's dinged. I'll bring you along a bit, I think. It's gone a bit dark. My lighting's... What's happened to my lighting? Oh, there we go. That's it. Thought my lighting had broke then. I've already had a disaster this week. Thought my washing machine had broke. It wouldn't spin. It wouldn't empty with water. And oh no. Turned out it was blocked. It got lots of coins in it. Not enough to make me rich, but enough in there to block it up. So the husband cleaned it all out and it's working out. I thought, oh, thank goodness. Don't want nothing to go wrong. Not when you're retired, you can't afford it. So let's have a look at this anyway. Oh, that started browning beautifully. Look at that. So I'm going to put them in there now for a lower, longer cook. So let's switch it on, back to air fry. I'm going to go down to 150 now. And I'm going to do 45 minutes. $150, air fry, 45 minutes on. So we'll leave that cook now and hopefully now that will all cook inside, pastry will cook nice underneath. That's always a worry when you're doing pastry, not just in the air fryer, but even if you're doing it in the cooker, cooking the pastry underneath. So we'll see what happens. If I smell burning or anything, at least I can pull it out and turn it off and see. So I can keep an eye on it. So we'll be back in 45 minutes. So it's just beeped. It's had its 45 minutes. I don't know whether to open it or not. I'm expecting black pastry. But if you could smell the smell, oh, it's divine. It smells beautiful in here. I'd gone outside to do something, come back in and the smell hit me. It's really nice. So I'll swing you down and you'll be able to see, hopefully. Let's have a look. Oh, it looks nice. Look at them. I was expecting them to be black. The only bit of, well, not black, but darker areas there, I think probably where the egg has congregated, because I did dollop around the edges a bit to make sure that they stuck. So I'm going to put that on there so it don't fall off. What I'm going to try to do then is pop it onto a plate. Do you know, I'm looking for all my big plates because I tend to like to do meals in smaller plates. So I was looking for some bigger plates. Oh, and they're right at the bottom. And the only one I can find near the top is my Christmas plate. You might have noticed it a few times now, but I'm having to use it. Oh dear. Oh well, it won't be long, will it, Christmas? I'm going to see if I can take these out. Oh, it seems to move okay. I'll bring you down. So if it collapses, you'll see it. I don't know if I can get all of it in. How's that? Can you see that? Right. I could be careful because it is still quite warm. But there we go. It's coming out nicely. Let's see if the other one will do the same. Oh yes, they come out lovely. Don't know if I could see underneath. They feel cooked underneath anyway. The pastry looks lovely. But like I said, I put it onto the grid that comes with it so all the air can flow underneath to cook the pastry underneath. We'll have to wash that in a minute. We'll just pop it over there for a moment. So that's what it looks like. There we go. Like I say, there's just that little bit there. I think maybe, well, it's trickled down rather than out. So I'm assuming that's where I dabbed quite a bit of egg in to try and seal it a bit, because I did that on some of the edges where I was trying to crimp the edges. But yeah, it's looks all right. Don't know if we could lift one. You can see the bottom's cooked, even though it's got the pattern of the plate in the pan. But yeah, it looks cooked. Well, I'm not going to just try it just yet because it's going to be red hot. So I'm going to just leave it a bit before we cut it in half. So I'm really impressed with that, actually. I put these two in here and the other two I've put in the oven because I've done that vegetarian one. So I'm hoping that's cooked inside. I'm not going to cut it in half and see, because I want to give it to my daughter for a tea when she comes home. So I put the other meat one. I've had to put them in different ovens. I've got a double oven because I don't want the meat one to mix up with the vegetarian one. And Lisa won't have that one cooked in with the meat one. All very complicated, but we know, we get used to it. So that's that. In the description box, I won't write what I've done because I haven't got any actual measurements. I just got a small swede, chopped it up fine, well, the husband did. I think he's put 3 onions in there. They're out of the garden. And potatoes. I think he did 3 average sized potatoes in there as well. And then there was the skirt beef that chopped up small and went in there. I think I could have probably done with a bit more beef, or preferably a bit less vegetables. But what I've done with all the leftover, because I've got lots of it left over, I've popped them into some freezer bags and put them into deep freeze, because they'll come in then for stews, casseroles, that kind of thing, or doing some more pasties. They'll be all right for that. Anything that's got a nice low, longer cook, they'll be fine for. So yeah, so I'm going to leave these cool for a little while. And I'm going to check on the ones in the oven because they're about done as well. And then we're going to see if we can cut one in half and see what it's like in the middle once it's cooled a little. Okay, so I'm back in the house. I'm going to cut it in half now. It's still warm, but it's cooled a bit. And we'll have a look what it looks like in the middle anyway. So let's bring you down. I've decided to do the one that's got the egg yolk. Slice is nice. Oh, look at that. Look at that. See the steam rising off it as well. Oh, that looks lovely. Now, I'm going to see if I can taste it a bit, if I don't burn my tongue. So we'll take a bit off. In fact, I might just cut a bit off actually with the knife, easier. Looks lovely. That's really nice. That is beautiful, really beautiful. I'm definitely going to be doing them in the air fryer again, most definitely. Pastry is cooked beautiful underneath. The meat's cooked, everything's cooked. Really nice, very nice. I'm definitely going to be doing more of them. So that's it for the Cornish pasties. I'll bring you up a little bit. They cook beautiful. I was a bit dubious. I kept thinking, oh, will the pastry burn? I was a bit unsure about it. But that's brilliant. That's cooked to perfection. So, well, I'll write in the description box down below roughly what we put in it and how long we've cooked it for. Definitely recommend you try them. So thank you for watching. Thank you to my new subscribers. As always, we do appreciate you. We truly do. Tomorrow now we'll be back with another vlog, short vlog, because like I said at the beginning, we're doing Vlogtober. I'm not sure what we're doing tomorrow. We're coming to the weekend and I'll have grandchildren in and be doing all sorts of things. So I know that there is a like a gingerbread, a haunted gingerbread house that's in a box ready to be done. So you'll probably see that one of the days. The fun and games I'll have trying to put that together. So until tomorrow, take care. Bye.